Hey everybody, thanks for being here. Thanks for clicking on the video. We certainly appreciate it. So today we're going to cover some things you absolutely need to know when you're setting up your dipsy divers. So stick around. Okay, so today we're going to cover the knot that you absolutely need to know when connecting your swivel to your wire when you're setting up your dipsy divers. First, I want to say thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to all the new subscribers that have jumped on board. So last video we went over spoons and some of the things that are important to know about spoons. One question I got quite a bit since then was, what swivels do you guys use for your spoons? I wanted to cover that real quick. And those are Dreamweaver DS3s. Those are the swivels we most commonly use on running our spoons. One other thing I wanted to talk about on spoons real quick I didn't last time was speed. What's your typical trolling speed for spoons? And that can range, I mean honestly you can fish spoons pretty darn fast. You get up over 3 miles an hour, they start rolling over though. So the most typical speeds for us are 2.0 to upwards around 2.7. The Dreamweaver Super Slims, which are a spoon that I talked about quite a bit last time, they function very well at slow speeds all the way down to like 2.0, so you can still run them with your meat programs, and they still have a phenomenal action when you get up into your higher speeds when you're trying to trigger that instinctive aggressive bite. So just a couple things I wanted to cover real quick. I also wanted to say we're going to continue on with that fundamental fishing series, the spoons, flasher fly, plugs, and meat rigs. I didn't want to put one out every weekend, so I'm going to skip a week. This week we're going to cover that knot that I already talked about, and then next week I'll jump into whatever you guys decide. So if you haven't watched that spoon video, I'll put that link right there. There's a poll on there towards the end asking you what you want to see next, flasher fly, plugs, or meat rigs. Click on the poll, let me know, whatever wins, that's one we're going to cover. Okay, so one thing I wanted to cover real quick before we got into this is dipsy divers. Now, quite a few years ago, we switched over to the Dreamweaver deeper divers. The reason being, they're just better than anything else out there in our opinion. We use the 107 millimeters for our high divers and the 124 millimeters for our low divers. If you want to see what I'm talking about, hop on teamdreamweaver.com, take a look at the divers. You'll also see they have a great selection of diver colors. Now, the question's always out there, does a diver color really matter? I truly think it does. Just like anything else you're putting down there in the water, it's going to have some effect on some type of the fishing or the fish in general. So I absolutely think on some days some divers outfish others. Generally we run either the blacks or the clears for the most part. And of course, like I've said in the past, there's no laws on this. There's no rule book. If there was, we'd tear it up, throw it out the boat anyway. So there's days when some of the chartreuse colors run a little better. Some days the yellow. Some days the high flash ones run a little bit better to catch a little more fish. It's just a good idea to round out your equipment list. Get more tools in the toolbox. So again, teamdreamweaver.com or dreamweaverlures.com. Check out their selection there. The other thing for equipment we need to talk about today are swivels. This is the swivel that we use to connect our wire from our dipsy diver rods, our wire diver rods, down to our dipsy divers or our deeper divers. And this is the swivel that we use. This is a Dreamweaver 4/0, and they're also available on that website. It's a barrel swivel. It doesn't have a ball bearing swivel on it. You don't need one. That dipsy diver, that deeper diver, it doesn't rotate in the water in any way, so a barrel swivel is just fine. And the wire that I recommend, the wire that we use on our wire diver rods, is the Blood Run 7 strand. This stuff is really durable, fishes really well. We've had other stuff, but we really like the Blood Run. We like almost every Blood Run product out there. We're not pro staff for Blood Run. We're just saying this because we like it. But Blood Run, if you're watching, anyway. So that's the wire I recommend for your wire divers. Blood Run 7 strand. Okay, so let's get this thing done. Here's the knot that we're talking about. So here's the scenario. You got your Blood Run on your reel, you got your reel on your rod. coming down off the rod. Now you want to attach that wire to a swivel, and then attach that obviously to your deeper diver. So you're going to be surprised at how easy this knot is. And for those of you out there that know how to do this knot already, you're probably already nodding your head because you already know. But we're going to grab a piece of wire, clip this off here. Alright, so here's the wire coming down off the rod. We're going to put it on that swivel. All we're going to do about, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches above the end, above the tag end, we're going to put a bend in it. Just put an easy or simple bend into that. We're going to put that bend right through the barrel swivel. So it's coming out like that. And we're just going to essentially make a half hitch. We're going to put that swivel right through that loop. And we're just going to tighten that wire right up. Now that right there alone, that knot is strong enough where that thing is never going to come off there. And that truly is the basis of the knot right there. See if I can get any kind of a... sometimes this camera hates me. There we go. That really is the basis of the knot right there. We fished this knot for years and years and years and years. We've never had one break. Never had one fail. And most of the other boats I know fish the exact same knot, and I've never heard of one failing. One little thing that we do to just kind of get that tag end out of the way is we'll put an overhand knot in that thing. One single overhand knot. Excuse me while I'm trying to watch the monitor while I do this, so sometimes I get a little backwards. But anyway, it's just a single overhand knot. Come on, camera, give me a focus. One time. There we go. And then we'll just tighten that right down. And you can use pliers if you want to. Now that is an exaggerated distance. Normally we have our knot, our overhand knot, only maybe about 2 inches or an inch behind the swivel. But just so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Then we'll trim that up right there in that tag end. And that is it. You are ready to go fishing with your wire dipsy divers. You could put some shrink wrap, or shrink tubing rather, over that knot if you wanted to kind of keep that wildcat away. Because those things can be a little bit sharp, and if you get your finger on there, you're going to know about it. But there you go. That knot is not going to fail you, and you're ready to put that swivel now on your deeper diver. So that's it in a nutshell, pretty quick and easy. Now you know how to attach that swivel on your wire line. You can get out there and get out fishing. So if you have any questions, always you can leave me a comment down below. We got a ton of great comments in the last video. A lot of questions that were asked to me, and then a lot of people jumped on board and answered their own opinions. Man, I dig that. That is exactly what we want to see. Our way isn't always the best way. I don't think there is a best way. I don't believe in best. I think there's a million different ways to do things. So I love having all the comments on there, all the different experiences that people have. There's always new things to learn. That's the way I look at it every day we go fishing. I'm always just trying to learn something more. So now, thanks for commenting. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. As always, we appreciate it. Enjoy your time on the water and enjoy tying your new wire line knot. See you next time.